So you obviously clicked on this video because you want to be more confident. But what actually is confidence? Well, by definition, confidence is being true to what you are and accepting what you are, whether you're going to change it or not. So obviously, by logic, that means the quicker you accept it, the quicker you become confident. That doesn't just include being confident in comfortable environments, but also being confident in uncomfortable environments. And obviously, if you can do that, that opens you up to so many more opportunities. Obviously, the main one that I can think of is relationships, whether that be, love or social. Because if you can improve your ability to create relationships, you may find the love of your life, or just as a social benefit, you can become, happier. You may open up to business opportunities with, meeting someone in a certain sector you want to get into, anything like that, job opportunities. Everyone knows that your network and the people you know are such an important thing to have in your life. So I'll try and break it down into a 3-step framework. So the first one is to, accept what you are. So drop the ego and just stop lying to yourself, basically. Just accept your weaknesses, your strengths, everything, basically. And then the second step is to identify those weaknesses and figure out what you need to do to overcome them. So I'll give one example. So if you're like an anxious person, a big one is to meditate. It's such a complicated, it's complicated to explain, but meditation is something that can really help if you take it seriously. It can help with anxiety a lot. And the most important step is taking action, which is where most people fail and they stop listening, because it's the bit where you actually have to do something. Obviously, it sounds simple, and it's really simple, but it's not easy. So that is why a lot of people struggle. A lot of people like to hide behind this wall, and whether that's in public or just within themselves, they don't want to accept what they are and just to feel comfortable, I guess. But all that does is prolong the inevitable, basically, because at some point, if you want to achieve what you want, you need to get past. You need to break through that wall, and the biggest way to do that is practice. Practice over and over. Whatever it is, it might be social skills. So if it is social skills, you need to just get out there, basically, and it's going to be rough at the start. If you're trying to talk to random people about, just getting to know them, it will be hard at the start and it will be messy. You will stutter, you will not know what to say, it will get awkward, but over time, it will get far easier. And I know that from experience. I used to be quite a confident kid. I didn't really care what anyone else had to say or think, but I think most people were like that. And then as you get older, you start taking in external factors of what people, it's like, oh, what does he think about me? What does she think about me? And it starts to bring you down. So that's what happened to me. People start, calling you things and, being racist and whatever it is. And through that, I started to disrespect myself more, meaning, I'd eat rubbish food, just do useless things. I wouldn't go and find my purpose anywhere, basically. I was being lazy with myself. And through that just made it even worse, basically. And through education and practice, I'd say I'm now fairly confident. I'm able to go up to someone and just make conversation with ease, basically. I mean, I'm still learning, obviously, but I know that it works just from knowing what I was like before. But the biggest turning point there, when I really started to go downhill, was when I started disrespecting myself. So you need to not do the same. Respect yourself. Keep clean, eat clean, respect your body. Work out and stuff like that. There are so many more things you can do. I'll list a few. So there's like, do your cardio, keep fit. You can fight train, have hobbies is an important one. Dress well. Don't just come out in some baggy joggers and a hoodie. Obviously, on the odd occasion, that's fine, but as a general thing. And don't always listen to people's opinions, even your families, because they're not always right either. No one is 100% right ever. So basically, just take what everyone says with a little pinch of salt, but always be willing to learn. That is an important thing. So I'm not saying just don't listen to people at all. You should be the stupidest person in a room, basically, otherwise you're in the wrong room. Being more ambitious is a big one. A lot of people like to settle for less. That doesn't just apply to money or whatever, that applies to general goals. So set yourself goals, set yourself ambitious goals, which may scare you, but can you just imagine, just visualize for a second how you would feel if you accomplished that goal? It might be running an ultra marathon. Obviously, that's just one example, but imagine how you'd feel on that, standing up there after completing it and everyone's cheering you on. One of the biggest things that I hear from older people is they wish they did more. and you don't want to end up like that. But yeah, being more ambitious, make good friends, and obviously you'll do that through networking, socializing, talking to random people. You never know who you'll meet. A big one that a lot of people don't talk about is sleeping well, because sleep is one of the biggest things that you need. And obviously, if you're feeling slow and sluggish and all that, you're not gonna have the ability to put yourself out there, out of your comfort zone, speak to new people, whatever it is. Another huge thing that affects confidence is the fear of failure, which a lot of people have. Now, I want to say first of all, negative thinking is pointless. There's no use to it. It doesn't do anything for you. It only stunts you basically. So if you're thinking, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna fail and then I won't get anywhere, it's pointless. There's no point. And then when you do fail, you beat yourself up about it and you're like, oh, I'm useless and all this. Everyone fails. Everyone who succeeds has failed numerous times. You need to instead look at it in a positive light. Think, how can we grow from it? What can we learn from this situation? What did I do wrong, And through the practice of doing this, you start to enjoy failure. You like failing. You almost want to fail because you know that there's something to learn from it. Like I say, it's all about practice, not just thinking about it or learning about it. I'm sure a lot of people have heard the famous quote from Michael Jordan, which is, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. And you see where he is now, And the reason he's there now is because he accepted his failures and pushed past those, because he lets himself fail. Obviously, I'm not saying fail and then be done with it and then move on to something else. That's not the point of what I'm saying. It's fine to be weak, but not to stay weak. Another analogy I hear a lot of people say is fake it till you make it, which doesn't really work for most people, and it doesn't change what's on the inside. It only affects what's on the outside. You may look confident to some people, which is the point of it, but it usually doesn't ever change what's on the inside, because by the time you come home, you feel drained and literally tired from it. And that's why I don't really believe in that analogy. And I think that is all my points covered. It's just a short little video today, mostly uncut, just a little chill one basically. The main thing to take home from this is just practice. Practice what I've told you. Just do it over and over again. It will be messy. You have to accept that, but it will get better. If this video was useful, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit.